Test, sound check. Mason versus Beavercreek coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us. The Beavercreek Beavers look to continue their winning ways today against the Mason Comets. Good afternoon from South Metro Sportsplex in Centerville, Ohio. My name is Kent Jacobs, and welcome once again to Beavercreek Battling Beavers Hockey. The Beavers taking on the Mason Comets this afternoon. The Comets coming in at 0-6-1 coming into the weekend. The Beavers on the opposite side of the spectrum, they are undefeated at 5-0-1. And they're coming off a win last night over Springboro 4-2 in Kettering. And they're playing 3 games in a row, so that's 3 days in a row. So that's going to be a little bit of a physical struggle for the Beavers. So they'll see how they can do against these Mason Comets this afternoon. Scratches today, we believe that Owen Huff will be out. Carson Cox was going to be out for the entire weekend. So the Beavercreek bench a little bit short for Coach Greg Gutterman this afternoon. So we'll see how the Beavers cope with that. The teams are out on the ice warming up. We're a few minutes away from the start of today's game. We can catch up on some of our chats. We have our live chat open on our YouTube site. So if you're a Beavercreek fan or if you're even a Mason Comet fan,
gotta be subscribed though.
You got to subscribe?
No. You don't have to subscribe.
I didn't think so.
To be on the chat.
To be on the chat.
Yes, to be on the
okay.
chat. Yeah.
That's what. Okay. So to chat, you have to subscribe. So hit the subscribe button. There's no charge or anything. Just hit the little button, subscribe, and then you can participate in our chat. But we have a few folks chiming in already. Danae Johnson says, "Go Beavercreek." So does Michaela Stacy and Aaron Washburn. And Lance Champagne, a.k.a. Sir Lancelot, our cameraman, says, "Go Creek" in his Cajun language. And Nancy Jeske says, "Happy birthday, number 18. That's Drew Vandenbos. He is 18 years old, right? Is that is he number 18 or 18 years old?
No, he's number 18.
Number 18.
Oh.
I think he's 16.
Oh.
No, I don't. I think he's probably
15.
14, 15.
So that's a uniform number 18,
Yeah.
Drew Vandenbos. Happy birthday, Drew. And as they get the net situated here on our end, both teams are meeting. The Mason Comets are coached by Seth Knudsen. Assistant coaches Colin Heim, Jerry O'Grady, Warren McDonald, Joel Doss, and Ryan McBay. They've got a full coaching staff. The Beavercreek Beavers coached by Greg Gutterman, and assistant coaches Eric Baskin, Brad Lloyd, and Cam Quick. Now stand by. We're behind glass, so we really can't hear it, but they're going to, I believe, play the national anthem maybe?
Usually.
Okay. We can't hear it, but... And they might introduce the starting lineups. It's okay, here they come. So for the Beavers, that is Austin Drawn. And we got Riley Hansen. And then Alex Elsner. Joe Martin is back. He was out a scratch last night. And then we've got Drew Vandenbos. Chad DeYoung in net today. And then the rest of the Beavers in their black uniforms. And now the home standing Mason Comets. And coming out first is Nicky Doss. And he's team captain. We've seen him for several years. And then we've got Aiden Albers and Brendan Canham. And then Max Kennedy. And rounding out the starting lineup is Curtis Crimmins. And the netminder today for the Comets is Grayson Adkins. And the rest of the home team today, the Mason Comets. And now the national anthem from South Metro Sportsplex. All right, we are ready for action. Where's my pen, Cherie? Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're ready. And Drew, Nancy Jesse says Drew is 15 years old today. Carla Moore says good luck, Creek. Alex's grandma finally figured it out, she says. That's all right, Carla. I'm very slow to figure out all these crazy new gadgets, too. Chad DeYoung is in the crease for Beavercreek at the far end, way down yonder. And near us, with his back to us, is Grayson Adkins. He is minding the crease for the Fighting Comets of Mason. Our officials this afternoon, Doral Kindop and Ernie DiMuccio. And the Beavers in all black, the Comets in their white sweaters and black trunks with the green trim. And we are ready for action. The Beavers trying to maintain a undefeated record, and this is their first Swashel game of the season as they open conference play this afternoon. From the opening draw, Comets dump in, and that is Colin Keogh. Now the Beavers come back with it. And as soon as they do, the Comets clear all the way down the ice. It's an icing violation against Mason, and we'll bring the face-off all the way back down here. Nikki Doss, veteran for the Comets against Joe Martin. I think we have a couple of seniors going at it there. Martin wins the face-off. Shot off a stick high behind the Comet net. Here is Joey Donahue centering the puck for Hansen, now to the corner. Hansen moves in he fires in front for a tip to Washburn, but it was over his stick. He had this left side of the Comet net open had he been able to get a stick on it. And the puck gets away from the Beavers' Chase Newroth. There's a shot that's picked off by Comet Kennedy, and he clears the puck all the way down. DeYoung will set it up for Joe Martin. Now up to center ice. Here comes Riley Hansen. Fires, and it's off the side of the net. Hansen gets the puck right back. Riley now on the left wing, in the slot now, fires, blocked in front. And the Comets able to clear the puck out of their zone, and the Beavers back at it. A minute and a half into the game, no score from South Metro Sportsplex in Centerville, home of the Mason Comets. There's a shot the other way, and I can't tell if DeYoung got a piece of that or not, but back come the Beavers. Here's Alex Elsner. He's checked by Canham. Now lost the puck. Picking up is Herr of Mason. Garrett Herr drops the puck back to Canham. Brendan Canham. He'll bang the puck off the boards to center ice. Here come the Beavers. Drop pass for Elsner. Fires! And a blocker pad save by Atkins. And it is off the netting above the glass behind the net. And that will result in a face-off in the Comet zone. Referee Kindop directs everyone to the left wing circle. Nikki Doss against Joey Donahue. Doss wins it. Back for Albers. Albers for Doss. Nikki Doss bangs it out, not out of the zone. There's a shot for the Beavers from Washburn. That's high and wide. Loose puck. Here's picked up. Shot. And a stick save by Atkins off the shot from Joey Donahue. Donahue trying to wrap around again to the slot. He's tripped up and goes down, and puck is carried back by the Comets. Moving in on the Beaver net and centering the puck was Brendan Canham, but that play is broken up. Canham behind the Beaver net now. Lost the puck behind him, picked up by Nikki Doss. But it's taken away by the Beavers, and here they come. No score. 11.5 to go in the opening period. Chase Newroth fighting for it for Beavercreek. Now it squirts over to the left wing corner. Now back behind the net for Jeff Pitcher of Mason. Pitcher clears the puck to center ice, and the back go the Beavers to neutral ice to pick it up. Here's Riley Hansen trying to weave in front for a pass, a shot, save, rebound is tipped just wide of the left post. Nice pass by Hansen, and it's now Elsner. Drops it back to the point. Hansen, left point, tries to flip it in front. It's off a body over to the left wing boards. For the Beavers, Joe Martin to Elsner. Elsner behind the net. Elsner stops, trying to wrap it around, but couldn't quite get the handle on that backhander. He had Atkins beaten for just a second on this left post, but the puck kind of rolled off of Alex's stick as he tried to maneuver to his backhand. Beavers at their own line. It's flipped to center. Here they come. Here is Hansen again. Screen shot. He scores! Riley Hansen. Atkins was partially screened by one of his own defenders, and I think he was slow to react to that high shot from Hansen because of that. And for the Cobra, Riley Hansen, that is goal number 8 of the season. He now leads the team. And we will not get an announcement on assists at all but in this game, since we can't, I don't think there's any public address, or if there is, we can't hear it up behind this glass. But for Mr. Hansen, his 8th of the season. Here's a shot the other way. It looks like it's turned aside by Chad DeYoung. So Riley Hansen takes over a team lead in goals. He's trying for another one, and as he tried to slip over his backhand, the puck came off his stick, but he chases it down. There's a shot in front. The net comes loose as Newroth got a tip on a centering pass but couldn't quite direct it toward the net. And with the net coming loose, we'll have a face-off. It's Doss against Elsner. Elsner wins it, drops it back to the point, but it's off the stick of Martin to neutral ice. Chased down by Washburn, pass ahead to Drawn, touch pass over to Elsner, stick handling, and he tips it just wide of the left post. Here is Elsner again, wrestling around with Pitcher. Pitcher drops it to the left wing for teammate Brendan Canham. Canham into the Beaver zone at the far end. Canham trying to wrap it around and make a play. Trying to center it, and I think it's a shot and a save made by DeYoung. There's a trip. No call, and Elsner goes down. Doss has it for Mason. Nicky Doss, pass at center, is picked off by the Beavers. Shot back in the Mason zone. Elsner trying to maneuver around one of the, that was Keogh of Mason, but unable to get a shot away. Now it's J.J. Lehman for the Beavers. We're 7 minutes into the opening period. The Beavers in all black lead it 1-0 on a goal by Riley Hansen. Now Keogh bangs it up for a touch pass. It's intercepted. Here is Donahue. Shot kicked out by Atkins to the corner. Washburn back to the point. Now Hansen being checked by Albers. And the Comets try to come back with it. There is Colin Keogh dumping it in the Beaver zone. We're midway through the opening period now. 7.5 to go. There's Jeff Pitcher for Mason. He leaves it for teammate Owen Natorp. Back to Pitcher, Jeff Pitcher. And it's taken away by Joey Donahue. Here comes the Diesel. Trying to barrel through center ice into the Mason zone. He's checked by a couple of Comets, and they're able to take the puck away. Unable to get it out of their zone, however. It's flipped back behind the net for Newroth, but it comes free to the corner now, kicked back to the left wing corner, and picked up by the Comets, Garrett Herr. Garrett Herr trying to move it out of his own end. Fighting off a couple of Beavers. He slides it to the center red line for Nicky Doss. Doss shot, and it's turned aside by DeYoung off the stick of Nicky Doss. 6:20 to play in the period. And the Beavers in their opening game of their Southwest Ohio High School Hockey League season. Here comes Riley Hansen. He is hammered. A flying check. Man alive. That was, geez, Brendan Canham. Now here come the Beavers again. A shot wide. That was off the stick of Alex Elsner. Could that have been like a charge? Jeez. Here's a shot, and they score! Alex Elsner, it bounces off the blocker pad of Atkins, pops over it, and drops in the net behind him. So, unfortunate turn of events for Atkins. He got the pad on it, but it bounces over him and into the net, and the Beavers lead it now 2-0 on a goal by Alex Elsner. And Alex in an arms race with teammate Riley Hansen. Now he has 8 goals as they keep going back and forth as being team leaders for the Beavers. Beavers lead it 2-0. 5:20 to go, first period. Here's a centering pass, a shot, and Atkins may have gotten a piece of that with his stick. It's still loose now along the right wing boards. And clearing it out was Peter Marietta of Mason all the way down the ice, and that's an icing against the homestanding Comets. Got a message from Carla Moore. Good job, Alex. She's so proud. Alex's grandma, it looks like, Carla Moore. Nice to hear from you, Carla. And face off deep in the Mason zone. Won by the Comets, banged around the left wing side. Trying to strip it away is Garrett Herr from Mason, but the Beavers chip it back in. And here is Colin Keogh behind his own net and has it stripped away by Elsner. Elsner still has it, trying to work in front. Elsner being checked by Brendan Canham, trying to wrap it around. He gets past Keogh, drops it to the point. Here's a screen shot. It's deflected in on goal, and a save made by Atkins. That was deflected, and good save by Atkins, good reaction. The net comes loose, and referees DiMuccio and Kindop try to assist Mr. Atkins. They'll squirt some water into those moorings to freeze some ice and help keep the net in place. And now we've got Owen Natorp, who's recognized that name from the past couple of years of Mason Comet hockey. Puck fought for now at the Mason line, tipped to the center red line. Beavers re-enter the attacking zone, but offside. 4:10 to go in period number 1. Goals by the two big guns of the Beavers so far this season, Alex Elsner and Riley Hansen. And they lead it 2-0. As the Beavers now in the midst of a 3 games in 3 days weekend. Winning last night against Springboro at home in Kettering. Trying to bump off these Comets today, and then tomorrow our first altercation of the season against the Knights. And that game will be played in Kettering. It will be a home game for the Knights, but of course that's the home rink for both the Beavers and the Alder Knights. That game tomorrow, what is it, 2:30 is it? 2:15. 2:15. Don't you love it when I ask you something right when you're about to take a sip of, what is that, coffee? That is our producer engineer, Cherie Champagne. We got we're here with Sir Lancelot, who's camera operator. Puck shot off a stick up high, still in the Comet zone, now swept out by Max Kennedy. Trying to fight off a couple of checks is Riley Hansen. He shoves Mr. Herr into the boards. Now a shot by the Beavers' Joe Martin is off a skate. Back to the point, dumped behind the net. Now for Newroth, left wing corner. Chase Newroth, poke checked away by Owen Natorp. There's a shot way up high and off his stick. How about that? And Atkins, it drops right in his mitt. And he'll just hold on to it for a face-off. 2:44 to go in period number 1. We'll start second period play right away, and then as they resurface the ice between the second and third periods, we will replay our senior spotlight of Riley Hansen. Cherie's got the audio fix that was malfunctioning last night, so you'll be able to see that between the second and third periods. Here's Riley Hansen, before mentioned. Beautiful pass. Oh, that was for Austin Drawn, just getting a tip on it, but not quite being able to direct it to the net. And Drawn again right at the doorstep, but Atkins pounces on the puck. And he'll smother it for a face-off. Heard from Bonnie Vanden Boss. Happy birthday, Drew. Number 18 from Grandpa and Grandma. Puck dumped behind the net now for Kennedy of Mason in his own zone. Nice strip by looks like Elsner. Shot, save, and Atkins will bury that one. 2:03 to go in the first. Nikki Doss wrestling around with Elsner for the face-off. Trying to fight it away is Aiden Albers. Albers now is able to chuck it down the ice. Racing after it, Joe Martin. No icing on the play. Martin catches up to it. Here is Martin. Pass ahead. Pass to teammate. And the Comets retake the puck. Here's Aiden Albers. He's able to dump it into the Beavercreek zone. Down the way. Nicky Doss behind the net. His pass picked off. There's a big check, it looked like, on Martin.
It was on Elsner.
Or Elsner, sorry. Thanks, Lance. And there is the A-train. He's got it again. His pass to center. And here come the Beavers once again. Elsner moving in front, but a nice strip by Keogh of Mason to upset Mr. Elsner's attempt at moving in on the net. Under a minute to play in the period. Elsner again backtracks, moves around Doss and Keogh trying to move in front, drops it off, shot, and they score!
Oh, my.
Oh, what a shot!
Drew, what a birthday present.
That is Drew Vanden Boss. What a shot from a bad angle, almost parallel to the goal line. A nice pass by Elsner and Drew Vanden Boss. How about that? Boy, what a shot. I'm sure that Atkins, the goalie of Mason, is very surprised that that shot found its way in. And it was shot high up over his shoulder. And man, oh man, Drew Vanden Boss, great shot. And for birthday boy Drew, that is
You want me to unplug it and plug it back in?
his first goal of the season. Now the Beavers again leading 3-0. Puck cleared away. So Drew Vanden Boss, his first goal of the season. 10 seconds left in the period. Puck way down at the Mason end, and that's going to be the end of the first period. So very good period for the Beavers. Goals by 2 seniors and a freshman.
Got a couple chats to catch up on.
Riley Hansen and Alex Elsner score, and for both of those gentlemen, their 8th goals of the season. And then Drew Vanden Boss, the freshman, with his first of the season. And let's look on our chat. We've got Hope Zerang says, let's go Creek. Tracy Zerang says, go Creek from Louisiana. And Nancy Jeske says, let's go Drew. So what
I know that it's showing up here, though.
great first period for the Beavers, leading now 3-0. I'd like to tell you about the Flying Locksmiths at 5335 Far Hills Avenue. They are a sponsor once again this season of Beaver Hockey. They're a commercial and residential door and locksmith company focusing on providing exceptional service to their clients. They provide services such as home and office rekeys, installation of smart locks and deadbolts, repairs of or replacements of commercial doors and hardware, installation and maintenance of access control systems, and keyless entry solutions. Also master keys, door alarms, building rekeys, residential and commercial safe work. As they say at their office, if it's on the door, we can handle it. That's the Flying Locksmiths at 5335 Far Hills Avenue in Dayton. And we appreciate them, again, being a sponsor of Beavercreek Hockey.
Like whether the cables are good.
I'd like to mention Voss Toyota. Once again, one of our business sponsors, Voss Toyota, at 2110 Heller Drive. That's on the car lot strip on 35 between Factory and Alpha. And you can catch Voss Toyota. Whether you need a new or used car or service, you can feel free to browse their inventory online. Voss Toyota, Heller Drive in Beavercreek. We appreciate them once again being a sponsor of Beaver Hockey. From the second period face-off, there's a shot that's just wide from young Mr. Crimmins of Mason. Here comes Hansen for the Beavers. His centering pass is broken up. And we've got a whistle, and we have an offside.
That was offside.
Okay. Got to mention from Bonnie Vanden Boss, great shot, Drew. So Drew's got a lot of fans out there. Drew Vanden Boss. It was his 15th birthday
That's right.
and his first goal. How about that? So it'll be a memorable day for young Mr. Vanden Boss. Loose puck in the Beaver zone. Donahue for the Beavers is checked in the corner. It's dropped behind the Beaver net, picked up by Donahue. And Joey flips it to the red line, dumped right back in by the Fighting Comets of Mason. Loose puck, Joe Martin. Here's Joe. Pass is intercepted by the Comets, dumped back in, and then Martin dumps it right back out to center. We're a minute 15 into the second period.
JJ's getting a lot of work.
J.J. Lehman will flip it to center and dump right back in. Boy, neither team wants to keep it. Got some sloppy passing going on by both clubs at this point. That's why nobody's able to move the puck with any aplomb up and down the ice. It's just going back and forth. Tanner Levin's pass off a stick. And dump right back in the Beaver zone. Here's J.J. Lehman. Let's see if we can settle things down and get a few passes together. And instead it's an icing against the Beavers. So neither team here in this second period able to move the puck up and down the ice. Need to connect a couple, 2 or 3 passes strung together to move up and down the ice, and neither team can do it in this second period so far. There's a shot off the draw on a blocker save, parried off to the corner by young Mr. Chad DeYoung. They wrestle with it along the right wing boards. Newroth clearing shot is intercepted by the Comets. They need to get on the board, down 3-zip. There's a shot for Doss for a tip in front, and he just missed on a drive-by. If Doss could have gotten his stick on that, he could have tried to tip it in. Another shot intended for a tip in front was wide. No one able to get a tip on it. There's a shot the other way, all the way down the ice. Save made by Atkins. He drops it off. And back come the Mason Comets. There's wiping out at center ice was Doss. Beavers chase Newroth, trying to catch up to it in the Comet zone, but instead it's Nicky Doss of Mason. Doss can't get it out of his own zone. The shot right on, and Adkins the save, and Garrett will hold on to it.
It's from number 9.
We've had Hansen and Elsner and Vandenboss be our 3 goal scorers so far for the Beavers. Shots on net unofficially favoring Beavercreek 17-6.
Austin was dumped pretty hard.
Here is Riley Hansen into the Comet zone. A shot right on. Pad save by Garrett Adkins. Or Grayson Atkins, I beg your pardon. Grayson Atkins.
The Netherlands put it to the U.S. today.
11:38 to play in the second. Beavers in the all-black uniforms leading at 3-0. Loose puck in the Comet zone. Wrapped around to the left wing side. Beavers Elsner fighting for it. It squirts away to center, and here come the Comets. Racing down the ice. There's a centering pass. Actually, it's right on net. It was intended for her, but it came in on net to Chad DeYoung. He makes the stop. And there will be a face-off. Both teams change with the stoppage of play. And we've got Hansen and Donahue. And we've got Compton on the ice for the Beavers, along with Washburn and Lehman. And the puck cleared away down out of the Beaver zone, and icing waved off. Donahue fighting for it. And it's cleared away by Mason, and that's going to come all the way down, and they'll have an icing against the Fighting Comets. $10:49 to go in the period. Again, tomorrow we will be back home at Kettering Ice Arena to face the Alder Knights. Loose play over in the Mason zone. Down yonder, Beavers have it. Here's Donahue. Drops it off to the right wing. Return pass behind him and back to center. Lehman dumps back in. Comets play it.
Now they're all on sides.
Here come the Mason Comets. Pass at center, now into the Beaver zone. Shot turned away by the stick of DeYoung. That was off the stick of Aiden Albers of Mason. Centering pass. Oh, it's just tipped wide. The left post. I thought Cummins was going to tip it in for the Comets. Just missed. Wow. So the Comets almost getting on the board. Boy, they need to. They're down 3-0. Under 10 minutes to go in the second. Now the Beavers, J.J. Lehman. Flips it over for Newroth. It's over his stick, and back come the Comets. Doss over the line. Doss past Hansen. Now Hansen reaches around him for a nice poke check. Beavers clear, not out. Here's a pass behind the net by Crimmins for her. Back to the point. Now it's off a stick to J.J. Lehman. Lehman for the Beavers. Bangs it off the dasher board wall to center ice. And it is Riley Hansen for Beavercreek. He tries to chop it to center. And there was Kieran Rodway of Mason, unable to control it. J.J. Lehman wraps it around for Hansen. He's checked into the boards in the corner. There's a big hit by Natorp, but he got the worst of that. Shot right on. Pad save by DeYoung as he laid his big left leg pad down on the ice to stop that puck from going in for the Comets. Now here come the Comets the other way on a breakaway. A shot! And they score! How about that? A great shot by Owen Natorp. And it just gets inside the right goal post. Boy, that's a big moment for the Comets to get on the board. What a shot by Owen Natorp. We don't have any stats for the Comets, so I can't tell you how many that is for him on the season. But they are on the board now, trailing 3-1. A nice breakaway by Natorp and a great shot. Here's Lehman to Martin, shooting back to the Mason line for the Beavers. Comets send it right back to Martin. Puck dumped back into the Beaver zone by the Mason Comets. Lehman slides it ahead. There's Vanden Boss to center for Elsner. Here comes Elsner into the Comet zone, trying to wrap around one of the Comet players, and he lost the handle as he moved in on the Comet net. We are approaching the midway point of the period and of the game, with Beavercreek leading 3-1. Here's Alex Elsner. Here comes the A train down the ice on right wing, trying to move in. And he lost the handle. A sliding Comet trying to break Elsner up. Elsner gets the puck behind the net again. And he's checked there by Natorp.
Good interception.
And here come the Mason Comets. Long shot off the net. That's played by DeYoung. And we'll have a face-off. That was offside. Was that just smothered by DeYoung? The net is loose again on this end. So that was a stoppage of play by the goalie DeYoung, and a face-off left wing circle of the Beaver zone. Here comes the big rig, Joey Donahue, barreling down on right wing into the Comet zone. And he gets hit into the boards along the end at the other side of the rink. Loose puck. There's Donahue again trying to come away with it. Drops it to the point for Martin. Back to Donahue. Donahue checked by two Comets. Donahue comes away with it and then lost it behind him, and the Comets empty the zone. 6:25 to go in the second. Beavers in all black leading at 3-1. Loose puck in the Beaver zone, dropped in front. Nice backward pass by pitcher, but it's broken up. Here come the Beavers. Riley Hansen. Wrist shot. Save made by Atkins. It was right in off his torso, off to the corner. Under 6 to play in the period. Puck dumped in the Beaver zone. And back to get it again. The Beavers without the Secretary of Defense all weekend. That's Carson Cox. He injured his back. Speaking to Josh Cox, his dad, and our statistician, he says that Carson's okay, but his doctors were recommending that he take the weekend off. So hopefully Carson will be back. Boy, he's missed on the Beaver defense. He's the quarterback of that defensive unit. 5:23 to go, and there's an icing against the Beavers, and the face-off back here. Left wing circle or right wing circle? Right wing. Directs referee Kindop. Elsner against Doss from the draw. Hansen trying to break out down the ice on left wing into the Comet zone. Tries to pull the trigger on a shot, and it's blocked. Comets come back, trailing 3-1. And a nice strip of the puck by Hansen or Lehman off of Keogh.
Go, Austin, get down there.
And here's Austin drawn to Elsner. Elsner has it checked away from him. Comets come back, trying to maneuver around the defense was Keogh. Centering pass goes to the point, and a shot by Keogh is blocked. And it's all the way down into the Comet zone. Here's Elsner trying to move in front, and the puck rolled off of his stick. 4.5 to go in the period. Puck rolls on end over to the goal line in the Beaver zone. It's played there by Lehman. Clearing shot held in, and a centering pass was too far in front of Natorp. Couldn't get a tip on it. Boy, if Natorp could have gotten a tip on that centering pass, he could have put it in on the left side of the Beaver zone. We've got an icing against the Mason Comets. 4:06 to go in the period. Again, our live chat open on our YouTube page, whether you're a Beaver fan or even if you're a Mason Comet fan. Send us a message to say hello, where you're watching from, or what player you're rooting for, and we'll read it on the air for you. Face off down in the Comet zone, down the way. 4 minutes to go in the second. Puck held in by Martin, left point. Now it's tipped away. Here come the Comets. There's a centering pass right in front of shot, and DeYoung the save. What a great save on Garrett Herr. A nice centering pass on that 2-on-1, kind of 2-on-2 breakaway. A great pass. And a nice tip by Herr, but right into the pads of DeYoung, and Chad making a nice stop on a dangerous chance for the Comets. They were trying to cut this to a 1-goal lead. Here's a free shot that's wide from the left point. Comets trying to tip it in front of the slot. Shot blocked by his own teammate. That was off the stick of Canham. J.J. Lehman stripped behind the net. Lehman trying to get it back. He's banged into the corner board. Several players fighting for the loose puck. Newroth for the Beavers clears it. And that's going to be just wide of the net, so that'll be an icing against the Beavers.
No, it's not icing. It's a penalty obstruction.
What?
Number 18.
Oh, we had a penalty.
Yeah, it was interference.
Oh, interference. 18 of...
15.
15 of Mason?
I'm trying to see which one's going in. I think it's 15. 15.
Is that the penalty
15
box?
is
Oh, okay. So that is
It was originally 18.
Tanner Levin. Tanner Levin
2 minutes.
goes in for 2 minutes for interference minor. So Beaver power play, their first of the game for either team, coming all the way with just 3 minutes left in the second period. Elsner trying to pull the trigger. Now it's over to Lehman. Lehman's shot is off a stick. Now over for Hansen, trying to maneuver in front, and he lost the handle, and the Comets clear the puck. Back for the Beavers, Alex Elsner. Here he comes, getting past Doss into the Comet zone. He's tripped up and goes down. That was a check by, looked like Best of Mason. Now a tip in front. And
That was a goal. That was a give and go goal.
they score.
Yeah.
That was that drawn? Was that drawn, number 2?
No, I think it's number 9.
Oh, it's Riley? Okay. I'm sorry, I can't see all the way down there. Okay, so that's Hansen. Okay, I saw number 2 right there at the side of the net also. So Riley Hansen, his second goal of the game, and for the Cobra. So we think that Drawn got an assist, number 2. And for Hansen, his second of the game, his 9th of the season, and the Beavers a power play goal, and they lead it now 4-1. There's a big slapper. Caught head high by DeYoung. That was Garrett Herr with a blast from the left wing.
It might have been a reflexive, self-defensive save.
Whatever works.
From the face-off in the Beaver zone, here is Riley Hansen. He bangs it off the wall to neutralize. They jump right back in. Beavers trying to chip it away. Alex Elsner after the loose puck, moving in on the Comet net. He scores! The A-Train the other way, and for Alex, his second goal of the game. And his 9th of the season. I tell you what, these Alex and Riley in an arms race. Each one keeps taking the team lead in goals, and then the other one comes right back to tie it up. They both have 9. .145 to go in the second. Beavers lead it now 5-1. Here's Joey Donahue. The big rig wants to get in on the action. Here he comes all the way down. His shot. And it looks like a save by Atkins. Shots on net now favoring Beavercreek unofficially 23-13. Face off in the Mason zone down the way. Martin trying to hold it in. It's carried out by Doss, and then Doss ridden out of the play by Martin. Nice check by Joe Martin on Nicky Doss, one of the star players of the Mason Comets. Here's Joey Donahue down the ice, moving in a shot, and Atkins catches the puck chest high, backhand style with his big mitt. Got a message from Aaron Washburn, go number 8, and that would be young Mr. Mason Washburn. She says, I'm watching you as I work. Wishing I was there. Go team.
We won't tell the boss.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Sir Lancelot says we won't tell your boss that you're watching the game. Now the other way, Atkins down on the ice. He's able to smother the puck with under a minute to go in the second period. Here's Hansen taking the draw. The Comets win the face-off. They fight for it down in the Mason zone. 45 seconds left in period number 2. Shot, save, and the rebound. And Atkins able to lunge out to the top of his crease to cover that puck. Down to 39 seconds left in the period. Again, after this period, stay tuned for Senior Spotlight featuring the Cobra, Riley Hansen. Last night's star of the game, and he's vying for that again tonight, but haggling with the A-Train, Alex Elsner, for that mantle. Hansen wins the face-off. Elsner tried to pull the trigger but was bumped off the puck, and we've got a whistle as one of the Comet players is down. That's Keogh. Would you have a penalty? Looks like a Mason penalty, and that is young Mr. Owen Natorp. Was that a hold?
I think it was a hold. I thought I saw that.
Yeah. So a holding minor against Owen Natorp, and that's all the Comets needed was to put the Beavers on a power play. As the Comets trail at 5-1, here is Lehman. One-time attempt is fanned on by Elsner, and back come the Comets, and a nice check by Lehman to break up Nicky Doss. trying to cut in on the Beaver goal on a short-handed breakaway. Now a shot is blocked by Elsner. Elsner trying to break away from Keogh. Here comes Elsner on left wing into the Comet zone. He drops it off. Now a shot by, I think, Hansen, and then a save by Atkins. Rebounds still loose, a live puck. As the buzzer sounds the end of the second, the Beavers will have a minute 25 of a power play when we start the third. After 2 periods of play at South Metro Sportsplex in Centerville, it's the Beavercreek Battling Beavers 5 and the Mason Fighting Comets 1. And stay tuned for Senior Spotlight, and that is featuring senior defenseman and co-lead scorer of the Beavers right now, Riley Hansen. So stand by. Here is Senior Spotlight with Riley Hansen. Thank you for joining us for Senior Spotlight, and in this segment we are visiting with Riley Hansen. Riley, I call him the Cobra because of his stick handling ability, weaving through defenses. Riley's a senior, used to be forward, now pretty much defense. Is that right, Riley?
Yeah, I'm basically strictly defense this year because we lost some last year. Well, we lost some offense last year. And once Thomas got hurt in the playoffs, we had to make some changes, and I dropped back to defense. And I'm actually really enjoying defense. It's a big change, and I used to play it a lot back in squirts and peewees, and I always liked it. But then once I got to offense, scoring goals is always fun. But on defense, you get to hit a lot more people, and you can still score just as many goals. So I'm getting the gist of it, and I'm getting better at it.
How long have you been playing hockey, Riley?
I've been playing since I was about 3 years old, so about 14 years. My uncle put me in it, and my parents were unknown. So they got the emails for the first practice, and they didn't even know I was supposed to be playing yet. And my mom was not very happy about that. So,
did you grow up in this area?
I did grow up in this area, but all of the rest of my family grew up in Cleveland, so I'm a Cleveland sports fan and everything, which is honestly kind of terrible, but it's getting better this year, though.
Well, tell us a little bit more about yourself as far as what are your hobbies? What do you like to do outside of playing hockey?
Yeah, so obviously my biggest hobby is hockey. It's my main sport. I don't really play any other sports. I play lacrosse sometimes in the summer for some tournaments if some teams need me, just to stay active. I work a lot, and I have a huge hockey family. It's run throughout my whole entire family. Everyone plays hockey, so we've been around the sport basically all year round, no matter where or no matter what time it is, I guess.
And you're juggling now quite a schedule. You've got all your schoolwork and everything. You've got all the hockey stuff going on. I know Coach gives you homework and stuff and everything for hockey and everything. Plus, you told me you're working a lot as well. How do you juggle all this?
Well, thankfully at school they let you get off school early if you're in a work program, which is what I'm in. So I only go to school for 3 periods a day, but then I have to work a certain amount of hours a week to keep up with the work program. So it's tough during hockey season because we have hockey 5 days a week. Come around this time, we have team dinners, so it's really tough to get in the work schedule, and it's constantly changing because we constantly have different practices during breaks. But coach is usually good at getting the schedule out a lot in advance, so I can work my schedule around it and send it in early, and it works out. But I'm just really busy. The last 2 days I haven't even went home until I go to bed. I just go to school to work hockey and go to bed basically every day. So.
Now, after graduation, I guess, do you have college plans for next year?
I do indeed have college plans. Most likely Ohio University, but Sinclair is always an option just because how cheap it is. And I'm looking into statistics or business analytics, same as Joey Donahue. because in high school currently I'm taking statistics and I'm really enjoying it. I think it's like the most interesting math class. So yeah.
Now, if you go to Ohio U, you could play, and if you played club hockey, you play University of Dayton, you would play right here, and we'd be doing your games. If you go to Ohio University, do you think you might be interested in playing club hockey?
It's definitely an option. Club hockey is something that would be super fun, but with going to college your freshman year, it might be a lot, so I might not do it my freshman year. And I always am able to ref hockey there, so I'll most likely be reffing hockey because I used to ref hockey like 2 years ago for like the past 4 years, and I don't love it, but it makes a lot of money, and they really need refs at OU, so it'd be a good job to have while at the university to be right on campus, so it'd be really efficient.
Now, Ohio University has a certain reputation as being just a strictly academic school. No, I'm kidding. It's been judged as one of the biggest party schools in the country. What if Riley Hansen goes to Ohio University? Are you going to be able to keep your mind on your statistical studies?
I definitely think so. Even though it is labeled that, I'm going there mainly because of Air Force ROTC. They have a good program there, and it's not such a big school as Ohio State to where it's very competitive. I should be able to get into it. So it looked like a good option, and it's not too far away from home. Yes, it's a big party school, so if I want to have fun, I'm able to, but I'm definitely not looking just to go crazy every single day, and definitely going to have good grades while I'm there.
Last question, and I've been asking this of all the seniors. What if you have one or two favorite memories of your hockey career at Beavercreek? What would they be?
Favorite memory for sure, Alter win freshman year when we were down 3-1. I think that's going to be nearly everyone's. This recent Frozen Creek win last weekend was awesome because I've never played with anyone in Beavercreek who's ever won it. So that's a first. And the Talawanda comeback last year was crazy because we were getting outplayed and we were down by a lot. But we brought it back together and we ended up winning that game. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Well, Riley, we appreciate you joining us, and it's been a pleasure watching you these past 4 years. And we wish you best of luck in your college days and beyond. And whenever you get a chance, come up here and catch a Beavercreek High hockey game and pop up and say hello.
Absolutely. I'm definitely looking forward to coming back after I graduate to watch the team and cheer them on because we have people do it every year, and it just looks like a lot of fun. Meet up with some of the guys during the breaks and come and cheer them on. So,
thanks a lot, Riley Hansen. And that's been another edition of Senior Spotlight. So that was Senior Spotlight with Riley Hansen. We appreciate the Cobra joining us. And he joined us last night for Star of the Game as he had 2 goals last night in the win over Springboro. So Riley is quite the media celebrity right now. So thanks to Riley for joining us for that. And we won't have our Star of the Game feature this evening because of our venue here, South Metro. We don't have a way to get down to the players or them to get up to us in a timely fashion. So we won't be having a Star of the Game this afternoon, but we hope to resume that tomorrow afternoon in Kettering when we're playing the Mason Comets. Again, the scoring, we don't have assists. We don't have a public address that comes in here to this mezzanine that we're in, so we can't, although we got to work on getting a contact, Cherie, down at that scorer's table, a text contact, so that whoever is at that scorer's table can just send us just the numbers. They can just say 15 from 19 and 20. Well, I don't care. I mean, the Mason people would do it, wouldn't they? They're not mean. They're not mean. Mason people aren't mean, I'm sure. So, so we can, we'll have to work on that next time we're here, and maybe I'll try to do that. We'll see if we can go down there and give them a cell number, yours maybe, and ask them to just send a quick text as soon as the officials give them the numbers of the goal and the assist, so we can have those. But running down the goal scorers, first period it was Riley Hansen and Alex Elsner and Drew Vandenboss for Beavercreek, and after one it was 3-0 Beavers. Second period it was Owen Natorp, a real nice shot for the Comets. Really nice shot from a bad angle, and got it in, and that made it 3-1. And then the dynamic duo of Riley Hansen and Alex Elsner, 2 goals after that to build the Creek lead back to 4 at 5-1. Now as the Zamboni continues his trip around the ice, let's have a word about the Dayton Pizza Factory. Is a major sponsor for the Beavers, and our pal Billy Daniels. Bill, contact him and his staff at, of course, 937 and then 2244477. Pretty easy number to call, 224-4477. They're located at 1101 Wayne Avenue in Dayton. Award-winning pizza back in 2018. Dayton's original Pizza Factory finished in the top 10, placing 8 out of 40 in the Mid-America Restaurant Expo Pizza Pizzazz contest for Best Pizza in the Midwest. And in 2020, they won first place in the Dayton Business Journal Pizza Madness contest. That's a Dayton original Pizza Factory, again, 1101 Wayne Avenue. If you're looking for some pizza and you live out on that east side of Dayton, then definitely go see our pal Bill Daniels and his staff at the Pizza Factory, and they will hook you up with a great pie, or they also have great salads and sandwiches as well. I'd like to mention Victory Machine and Fabrications, sponsoring Beaver hockey again this season at 920 South Vandemark Road in Sydney. They offer custom metal fabrication and precision machining services with consistent quality. Alongside their rigging, millwright, and ironwork division, they are equipped to provide solutions within all facets of their customers' needs with a focus on safety and quality, committed to on-time delivery and processing with flexibility to meet your changing needs. Victory Machine and Fabrication, Vandemark Road in way up in Sydney, up north, some up in the northern reaches of the Miami Valley, up 75. Go see them up in good old Sydney, Ohio. Got a message from Nancy Jeske. She says, thanks to Kent for, great announcing. Thank you very much, Nancy. That's very nice of Nancy to say. We appreciate that. We appreciate everybody's getting in contact with us, whether you're a Beaver fan or a Comet fan. If you're a Comet fan, reach out to us and let us know what Comet player you're rooting for. We welcome our opponent fans to get in touch with us and participate in our online chat during our games. The Comets back out on the ice right now, warming up, and we're waiting for the appearance of the Beavers.
We'll need to hear that one more time before they come out.
There's the buzzer. We're still waiting Beavers. Coach Gutterman must be having a long chit-chat with the boys. As Grayson Adkins, the goalie for Mason, they ring that buzzer again.
Some sort of mind game he plays. What?
Yeah, the Comets out on the ice. At some point, there could be a penalty against Beavercreek for delay of game, like a bench minor. That's possible. There goes Comet Peter Marietta. He's does a belly flop on the ice into the boards. Not much for them to do except kind of skate around and wait. They didn't they get a delay of game last year?
No, during the tournament we did.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wonder why the delay for the Beavers. Here they come. I don't know what they were talking about all that time. You're up 5-1. I don't know what why there would have to be a long intermission, but Coach Gutterman and his staff obviously had some type of talk with the guys. So now is that Chad down there still? Okay. So Chad DeYoung looks like he's going to go all the way this afternoon, and then there will be Ian Champagne tomorrow against the Alder Knights. Now we're ready to go. Beavers have a power play for 1:25. Already leading it by a score of 5-1. And our officials today, Darrell Kindop and Ernie DiMuccio. Goaltenders Atkins for Mason and DeYoung for Beavercreek. And the puck is dropped and we're underway here in the third. Beavers on a power play. There's a shot right on, swallowed up by Atkins. That was by J.J. Lehman from the right point position.
There's still a lot of water on the ice.
Face off to the left of Atkins. There's a pass for Donahue, left wing. Joey Donahue back to the point now for a shot, and off the goal post. It was off Atkins' blocker pad and off the goal post. I think that shot was by Elsner. 45 seconds left now in the Beaver power play. They almost scored a moment ago. A drop pass back for Hansen. Now Elsner fires, and he scores! How about that? Off the glove of Atkins. That's Alex Elsner, and that's a hat trick for the A-Train. And a second power play goal of the game for Beavercreek. And for Alex, that is number 10 of the season. So now we're 1 minute into the third. The Beavers now lead at 6-1.
Well, that doesn't mean he dressed out.
This is their biggest lead of the game so far. Keogh and Newroth fight for it. Loose puck. Nikki Das, number 3, D-A-S, Das. Leaves it now for Kennedy. Pass up ahead is intercepted by the Beavers. Held in. Here's Hansen. Shot saved by Atkins. And fighting for the rebound as Atkins gets a jab in on Beavercreek player Cameron Burns. As Cameron was reaching for a rebound that wasn't there, and Atkins took issue with that. He gave Burns a little jab with his big glove. .32 left in this one. Natorp versus Donahue. Natorp wins it. Puck cleared out back to the Beaver line. Joe Martin playing it for Beavercreek. Martin checked into the boards, though he still has the puck. Here comes Martin racing toward the line and has it stripped away, but it's offside anyhow. As the puck was stripped away from Joe Martin, we got a message from Julie Shivelbein. Love to hear the seniors talk about altar game in their freshman year. We just watched the end of that game the other night. That's that big altar game from a few seasons ago. That excitement never goes away. You're right, Julie. Shivelbein goal, 23 seconds left in the game to send it to overtime, and boy, none of us can get enough of that. And I'm lucky. We're all lucky that I didn't knock us off the air, because on Shivelbein's goal. Here comes a shot the other way. It's up over the crossbar. But I was jumping up and down and pounding on the desk. Jeff Duford, our executive producer, who was running the camera and the computer at that time, probably was very nervous. I was going to knock the computer off the table because I was pounding on it and jumping up and down. But yeah, here's a blast, and they score! The 8 train again cannot be stopped. How about that? He just a rifle of a slap shot from the right wing as he entered the right wing circle of the Comet zone. And for Alex, now he is 11 on the season. How about that? Yeah, 4th goal of the day. Well, I tell you what. The 8 train not messing around out there this afternoon. Here's Newroth trying to fight off Kennedy, then gets checked into the boards by Noah Best. Beavers come back with it. Here's Hansen, a shot, and Atkins, that glanced off his face mask, I think, or off his helmet. And the puck is held in momentarily. Trying to break out with it was Tanner Levin, but couldn't pick up the puck. It skipped over his stick. Now here's Levin. Levin for the Comets at center. He lost his footing and goes down to one knee. The puck is dumped in the Beaver zone as the teams change. 11:15 to go in the game. Beavers lead it now 7-1 with that last goal by Elsner. I imagine we'll see a steady diet of younger Beaver players for the rest of this game, I would assume, with the big lead, and that in fact they play tomorrow against arch rival Archbishop Alter. Nicky Das for the Comets. He's bumped off the puck by Donahue, but the puck comes over to Brendan Canham. There's a shot by Crimmins that's wide.
Delayed penalty.
We have a delayed penalty on Mason. Moving on for a shot. He scores! That is the Cobra, Riley Hansen, his 4th goal of the game. Wow. He rifles one on the top shelf of the Comet cage over the stick side of Atkins. Atkins unable to get his shoulder up to try to block that shot. And now for Riley Hansen, his 10th of the season. Well, like I say, I would think that Coach Gutterman will start featuring a lot more of the younger players for the rest of this game now with an 8-1 lead. And the fact they play tomorrow. Oh, one of the referees is down on the ice. And that is Murad Constantinitis that's with him. Did they collide or something? Or are they run into each other? Oh, okay. Okay, I think that's referee DiMuccio, I think. He's skating around. He might have kind of twisted an ankle maybe or knee. 10-10 to go in the game. Beavers lead at 8-1. From the draw, Beavers at their own line. Here they come. Racing down the ice for a shot is J.J. Lehman. It's wide of the Comet goal. Nice rush by J.J. Now there is Natorp. Dumps it in the Beaver zone. 9.5 to go. There's Brendan Canham. Drops it off for teammate Garrett Herr. He's checked. Puck shot in the Comet zone, played by Natorp. Rink wide pass for... Oh, there's 2 Natorps. No wonder I'm getting my Natorps mixed up. Eli is number 6 and number 12 is Owen. I didn't notice that at first, and I'm calling out 12 and 6. I'm seeing there's Natorps. There's too many Natorps. There's got to be more than one. And, yeah, there are. There's Eli at number 6 and Owen number 12. Now we've got young Mr. Peter Marietta trying to shovel the puck out. It's blocked right back to Comet Colin Keogh, number 7. Keogh shot all the way down. That's a on goal, a shot turned aside by DeYoung. DeYoung's been kind of lonely this period. He hasn't had too much to do. Here come the Beavers. Here's moving to Elsner, shot, and it's just wide. There's a blast, and it's wide from the left point by J.J. Lehman. No icing, puck off a stick. DeYoung out of the net will leave it for Alex Elsner. Here comes Alex. Up the gut through the neutral zone into the common end of the rink. Moving in and almost stick handling right in front, but the puck comes off his stick as he moves in front of the front of Atkins in the net for Mason. Here is Nicky Doss the other way. Here's Nicky into the Beaver zone. Centering pass, and that's broken up. Midway through the third, here comes another chance for Donahue. Shot, blocked. And now here is Curtis Crimmins, number 17. He's checked. Loose puck, Rodway. Now over for Albers, Aiden Albers. He's tied up as he tried to enter the Beaver zone. Puck shot in the Beaver zone, way down at the other end. Comets change. Now here come the Beavers. Here is Hansen, a shot, and it's skate save by Atkins right at the side of the net. Here's Garrett Herr. He can't get it out. There's a shot for the Beavers. Save by Atkins. That was off the stick of Donahue. Another shot and kicked out by Atkins, and he pounces on the rebound at the top of his crease, and he will hold on for a face-off. 4 goals in the game by Alex Elsner, 3 by Riley Hansen, and the other one scored by Drew Vandenboss, who is celebrating his 15th birthday this afternoon. Six and a half to go in this one. 8-1 the Beavers in all black. Again, they'll do it again tomorrow afternoon against Alter. Puck shot down in the Comet zone. Flipped up high to center. After it for the Comets is Garrett Hurd, number 23. He'll dump it in. There's a shot.
I don't think your goal math was correct, because Drew has 1.
Yeah, I said Drew.
So there's right,
and then 4 for Riley, 3 for Alex. So that's 8.
Okay. I thought you'd said
there's a
4 before.
Here's Hansen trying to move in front, and he was checked. Puck loose now. Rolled into the Beaver zone. Just 5:40 to go in this one. There's a nice check for Brandon Canham of Mason. He carries into the Beaver zone. There's a shot that was that wide, or did DeYoung get a? DeYoung got a piece of that. Thanks to Sir Lancelot for his eyesight down at the other end of the rink. There's a shot right in front, and they score. And I think that'll be Elsner. Elsner, I think, got a tip on that. But we don't know for sure. Elsner was right at the side of the net, so he was right there for a tip.
I don't know if it came from Drew or from
yeah, we'll have to find out. I'm going to give it to Elsner unofficially, because he was right at the side of the net and looked like he might have gotten his stick blade on the puck. But I'll put a question mark on that one.
got the goal. I just don't know who had the assist.
Oh, we don't know who got the assist. Yeah, I'm giving the goal to Elsner because
either Drew or Hansen, but it was for sure Alex.
well, yeah, he got his stick blade on it right at the side, so but it kind of jostled around. So okay, so we'll give that to Alex, and Alex is 5th of the game, and that's probably a record for him, I imagine. 5th. He's got 5. Riley's got 3. Yeah, and then Drew's got 1. And for Mr. Elsner, that's 12 on the season. 9-1 now, Beavers. Now here is Kieran Rodway. He'll dump in the Beaver zone. Rodway, a shot. And Young goes down to the butterfly stance and down to his knees to stop that puck. And he controls the rebound. We got a couple of messages from, we got Jay Haney. Says, thank you, Kent, for all the sponsors and to all the sponsors for making this happen. Thank you, Jay Haney. Four minutes to go. There is Jeff Pitcher after it for the Comets with Chase Newroth. Newroth comes away with it, centers the puck. It's behind Constantinitis. Constantinitis gets a big hit in on Brendan Canham. So Murad throwing his weight around out there a little bit. I'm sure that feels good. He's only had a couple of shifts today, and he's saw a chance that I'm going to hit somebody, and he got a good one in. And the puck flips over the glass. We'll have a face-off. 3:22 to go. Message from Tracy Zarang. Happy birthday to Drew Vandenboss. Great announcing. Thank you very much, Tracy. That's very nice of you to say.
I'm gonna start a fan club, a tent fan club.
We need a producer fan club with you and the executive
I'm our chief fan.
and the
He's had a fan club for 24 years.
yeah from Sir Lancelot. But we need to get Obi-Wan Kenobi out here, the executive producer, Jeff Duford. We got to get him back in action a little bit. He's not even giving us a hard time in the chat. And that's what I expected. I thought he was going to harass us in this chat. But we haven't heard from Mr. Duford. I'll have to get after him.
High stick.
And puck hit with a high stick.
She said she's a member of your fan club in Louisiana.
Oh, well, thanks, Hope, very much. Oh, thank you, Hope. That's very nice of you. Oh, boy. Now here's Levin taking a draw against Joey Donahue, the rig. Joey wins the face-off. Back to Washburn. It's over his stick. Keogh has it. Keogh's pass is tipped away. Beavers hold in.
Puck's knocked to the ice.
There's a big hit by Lehman on Noah Best to knock Best down to the ice. So JJ getting a couple of licks. There's a shot and the save made by DeYoung. 2 minutes to go.
You got Jeff. You go to
Shots. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. It is the executive producer, Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's a big hit. Whoa, a stick goes flying. That is
Number 3.
Smith, James Smith. Boy, he's down. He's having a hard time. Now he's back on his feet. That is James Smith. Number 3 is sophomore. I think that's his first shift of the game, I think. But he got knocked down and lost his stick. Now he goes back to the bench. But yeah, Mr. Duford, the executive producer, now he's coming in to stir the pot.
You need to clarify that you're the one who invited him to harass us.
Either going to invite me to harass you. All right, Jeff, I said last night, I don't know if you were watching last night, I said, we haven't heard from you. It said you're like the sage, the wise sage. You're like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Here come the Beavers the other way. Hansen shoots, and it's off the goal post, and it's then off the right side of the other goal post. So that puck almost went in twice, but it stays out, and the score remains 9-1. But Jeff, I said, you're like Obi-Wan Kenobi, I told Cherie. I said, you're going to come out of this big cave with a robe on and holding a big staff in your hand, a long beard, and because we said we're going to need his help to help us get the audio right on this thing. I said, we'll get Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jeff Duford, our long-lost executive producer. And here is Jeff. It's great to hear from you, and man, we miss you, pal, and hope it was great to see you and Terry last weekend. Do you have a pen? Listen to this. Hey, hey, Sir Lancelot, I'm going to hold this pen. You see that, Jeff? That's my pen. There it is. It's right there. So Mr. DeFord coming in and just stir things up. There's a shot. DeYoung makes a pad save. Under a minute to play in the game. We've got all kind of penalties. Coincidental minors. And Elsner, a nice poke check away by the Comets' Aiden Albers. Oh, is it Ben's birthday? Here is Hansen, has it taken away by Kennedy. Hansen gets it back, works in front, backhander saved by Atkins, and he'll cover up. So it's Ben's birthday, too. Hope Zarang says, congrats, Beavers. Nancy Jeske says, Drew shares his birthday wish with his cousin, Ben Duford. So Benny the Jet. Good to hear about Ben. We wish him happy birthday as well. Or is it his birthday, or is it just Ben wishing Drew happy birthday?
No, it's Ben's birthday.
Oh, is it Ben's
also.
birthday?
He says he shares his birthday with Ben.
Oh, okay. Well, here's Jeff. All kidding aside, thanks to the whole crew for doing the broadcast. Really enjoying it. Thank you, Jeff. 5 seconds left in the game. And there's the buzzer, and that'll end it. So, final score this afternoon, the Beavers 9 and the Mason Comets 1. Again, we don't have access to the players here at this venue, so we won't have a star of the game like we did last night, but we will tomorrow after the game, since we'll be back at Kettering Ice Arena. So let's do a wrap on this one, as the final tally of shots unofficially is Beavercreek 41, Mason 15. That's for the game. And we'll...
Boy, that camera just focuses right on that
It only
net.
net, yeah, so you really have to keep it kind of zoomed out.
And let's recap the scoring. We don't have assists once again. We'll work on that to try to see if in the future we can communicate with the scores table to get assists. But first period, it was Riley Hansen, Alex Elsner, and Drew Vandenboss, his first goal of the season for Drew. And after one, it was 3-0 Beavers. And then the Mason Comets, they got back in the game at least for a little while. It was Owen Natorp with a goal. And that made it 3-1. And the Comets, they had a couple of chances. They nearly made it 3-2 on... I think, really two good chances that they were unable to score on, but almost cutting the lead to one. But then came again the dynamic duo of Riley Hansen, a power play goal, and Alex Elsner. And they scored after that in that second. And after two, really the game in hand for the Beavers at 5-1. And then in the third, the floodgates opened for Beavercreek to finish things off. Alex Elsner, a power play goal. In fact, the A-Train got a hat trick in the third period. He got 3 goals in the third. He had 5 for the game. Won a power play goal. And otherwise in that third, Riley Hansen got his third of the game for a hat trick. And that's how it ended. The Beavers, Alex Elsner, 5 goals. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Riley Hansen got 1, 2, 3. That's 8. And then young Mr. Vandenboss got 1, and that's 9. So final score 9-1 for the Beavers. So let's take a look at the 3 stars for the game. It's kind of academic on the number 1, but we always start with number 3. Let's give the 3rd star of the game to Drew Vandenboss for his the first goal of his career. Again, happy birthday to Drew, and congratulations on his first goal of his high school career. And then the number 2 star goes to Riley Hansen. You know your team's going well when you get a hat trick and you're only the 2nd star of the game.
That's right.
And then with almost a double hat trick was Alex Elsner, the A-Train. He gets 5. And for those two, now with Alex with 5 goals on the season, he has 12 total. And Riley Hansen with 3 goals today now has 10. So those two have really been mopping up out there, and as far as scoring duties for the Beavers. And let's see, we got a message from Nancy Jeske again. Ben and Drew's moms are twins. How about that? Oh, well, of course, that's Tony and Terry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm always confused. Yeah, I'm thinking, how about that? Then, Tony and Terry. Okay. Yeah. In fact, Nancy, I almost had an embarrassing moment at the banquet last year. Almost had I've always had chances of many embarrassing moments, but I almost had one I think it was the team banquet last year at the barn there on Ankeny and Treybine, that former barn that was made into a conference center. That Tony was there, and they introduced Ben being a senior, and they let him talk. You know how they gave her talks like that. And I think Coach said, and it's unfortunate, his mom couldn't be here, and I swear I was this close to raising my hand and pointing to Tony and saying, "No, she's here. She's right over here." I swear, this close to doing it. But I thought, well, just you don't want to interrupt. You don't want to, disturb the proceedings. But yeah, that's how close they are. I honestly sometimes I can't tell them apart. Yeah. So yeah, Nancy, we got you on that. Yeah. So, well, I guess we are going to put a wrapper on this one. Appreciate everybody's kind messages, even the executive producer, Obi-Wan Duford. Or it would be Jeff Kenobi. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Great to hear from you. And say hello to Terry for us. And thanks to everybody for the nice messages that you sent during the chat today. We look forward to corresponding with everybody tomorrow. It's altercation number 1 of the season. Tomorrow afternoon. What time is it, Cherie? 2:15 from Kettering Ice Arena. And we're looking forward to it. It should be a good one. What coming into the game tomorrow? Let me take a quick look. Because we all know the Knights lost 8 players last season from last season's team seniors. Of course, the Beavers are going to run into that too. But the Knights come into the weekend with a record of 1-4. So the Knights probably it's not going to be the type of tight contest we're used to. But you never know. Coach Kevin Berry might get the Knights revved up for tomorrow, but certainly the Beavers would be favored coming into the game tomorrow as they come in undefeated. And again, that game right here on Beavercreek Varsity Hockey at 2:15 tomorrow afternoon. So the hard hat, I forgot to give a hard hat. Who would be a hard hat today? Let's give it to Joe Martin. He was out there banging around a little bit. Let's give it to senior Joe Martin. So congratulations to Joe Martin on a hard hat award this afternoon. And so that'll do it. With the loss today, Mason goes to 0-7-1, and the Beavers with the win go to 6-0-1. The winning goaltender went all the way today, Chad DeYoung, and the loser went all the way for the Comets, and that was Grayson Atkins. So, speaking for camera operator Sir Lancelot and for producer-engineer Cherie Champagne, this is Kent Jacobs. Again, the final score, Beavercreek 9 and Mason 1. Until tomorrow afternoon, good afternoon, everybody, from the South Metro Sportsplex in Centerville.